Hey guys, this week we spent the most of the time preparing Oleg for applying primer and applied rust converter to the wheel arches and the underbody, and I also built a little provisionally air compressor setup for the workshop. So have fun watching the video. I'm ready removing all the old metal sheets inside of the wheel arches and on these bars. So now I will grind inside of these bars and then apply a little bit of rust converter to remove the last bits of rust or convert them. And then after 2 days we will wash this down and start applying primer. I decided to bring a few of the front suspension parts to another workshop to get them sandblasted, because the results will be much better than I could get them with the angle grinder. And on the other parts I will take care now and start preparing them for painting. Because I also would like to get one of the engine mounts sandblasted, I lifted the engine a little bit more and dismounted one of them. Because I wanted to have compressed air in our workshop for some tasks, and I also would like to have compressed air in Oleg later on to fill the wheels and also to run a pneumatic diff lock. I thought I will combine this and bought our 12 volt compressor for Oleg, and until I will be able to mount the compressor into Oleg, I will now build a provisionally setup with the compressor so that I can connect it to a 12 volt battery, and then I have this hose and my air gun, and have compressed air in the workshop. So that's my task for today. I have also this Bailey case laying around, and it's empty at the moment. So I will put the compressor in here, so when I don't need it I can close it and store it away. The compressor came with a switch to mount it in your dash, and these are the cables for the switch. I will not use them for now because it makes it a little bit difficult than I need it. So I will put this away. Instead of that I have this old flip switch laying around. Also I bought this one, which I will not need now, but I will show it to you. That's a sensor to measure the air pressure inside the system. I will use this later on to display the air pressure on our information display inside of Oleg, but for now I will also put this away These are some screws and mount that came with the compressor. Yeah, these are the cables. Yeah, so now I have to figure out how to mount this inside of the pili case. I think I found a solution. I will glue a piece of wood to this side of the pelican case and then screw the compressor onto. But yeah, so I will cut the piece of wood and then glue it onto. Okay, I will let this cure till tomorrow, I think. Maybe I will now start building something to hold the switch. Maybe a little aluminium plate, something like this. So I will let the glue parts dry overnight and now mount the fittings onto the compressor. I have this T-piece, so I can mount the pressure sensor and the fitting for the hose. The pressure switch is to shut off the compressor when the pressure inside of this little tank reaches its maximum. In the original ARB plan, you have a relay which is built in between the main supply of the compressor, and then you have a wire from the relay running through to your dash, and the relay is supplied with the power from your ignition key. But because we have this setup, it's a little bit different. I will run a wire from the battery to the switch, and from the switch to the red wire, this one, which then goes through the pressure switch to the relay, and the other cables we will not need them for now. And here the cables are prepared for diff locks, so you can connect two solenoids on top here for two diff locks. Then this is the connector for the compressor, and these two cables go to the pressure switch later on, and then you connect the bigger cables to the battery. Yes, but for now let's solder on wires. So that's all I can do today. So now I will let this sit until tomorrow and then continue assembling all these parts together. Now the glue parts had enough time to cure. So now it's time to mount the compressor inside of the case. Yeah, then connect all wires and then I'm nearly finished. So it's mounted inside, it's really tight. Let's connect all the cables. So now I will crimp a few terminals onto the cables and then this setup will be ready. So we have the plus and the minus cable for the compressor supply, and then the plus cable which goes to the switch, then to the relay, and then back over this small cable to the battery. So I can switch on and off the compressor with this small flip switch. The battery I will use for this. That works. This works quite well. The compressor has much more power than I thought. So I'm really happy with the setup and I can turn it off. Yeah, I think the hose and the air gun both will fit inside of the PD case. Something like this. Yeah. Perfect. This will work until the compressor will be mounted inside of Oleg. Yeah, and now let's carry on with another project hiding here behind me that I will assemble now. Yes, to press the old bushes out of the lower and upper wishbones and press the new ones in, I bought this small hydraulic press.
Today is cleaning day. Oleg looks like you would expect him to look like after weeks and weeks of grinding. So today's the day we remove all the dust and dirt that sits on him.
Yes, we need to do this because I want to start painting in the next week inside of the spars and also at the front part of the underbody, that I can start welding after the paint has cured. So we will clean it and wash down all the rest of the rust converter. So tomorrow or within the next days I will apply the first coat of paint. Oh, first we will remove the most of the dirt with a broom and then use our provisionally compressor unit to remove the rest of the dust and wipe Oleg down with water and then let him dry for a few days. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and if you do so, don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, and we will see us next Sunday. See you!